Nostradamus's final cipher points to one date, August 13th, 2025. The clock doesn't tick in a straight line anymore. It spirals, pulling the past into the present into the future, and the future back into the shadows of what once was. Somewhere within this spiral, buried beneath centuries of speculation, lies a cipher that has defied historians, theologians, cryptographers, and skeptics alike. It is the final riddle of Nostradamus. And its solution, if one dares to believe it, leads to one date, August 13th, 2025. Before you plunge into this labyrinth of time and symbols, take a moment, like, share, subscribe. And if you find yourself completely consumed by the mysteries ahead, consider becoming a member of the interconnected zone. Because once you enter this realm, reality will never quite feel the same again. It wasn't found in the published Les Prophéties. It wasn't part of the original quatrains printed in 1555. Instead, it emerged from the yellowing pages of a little-known codex discovered in the sealed archives beneath the Abbey of Saint-Rémy de Provence, a place where Nostradamus himself once walked. The manuscript bore no title, no date, only a sigil scrawled in iron gall ink, unmistakably tied to Nostradamus, a stylized sun eclipsed by a crescent moon, surrounded by 13 stars. At the heart of it, a message encrypted in an alchemical cipher no one had ever catalogued. It became known in the circles of occult historians as Le Dernier Sceau, the final seal. Initial attempts to decode it failed. The symbols didn't correspond to Latin, Greek, Hebrew, or even the arcane Enochian alphabet. But a breakthrough came in 2009, when a French cryptanalyst named Héloïse Gardet discovered that the cipher was rhythm-based, not textual. It responded to harmonic frequencies like a musical key unlocking a hidden code. And when the tones aligned, what emerged was a sequence of astronomical data, a specific time signature, and a date. August 13th, 2025. If you're already wondering, why August 13th? Why 2025? Then you're asking the right questions. August 13th has long carried esoteric weight. It's the midpoint between the Lion's Gate portal and the heliacal rising of Sirius in ancient Egyptian calendars. In Mayan cosmology, it's linked to the birth of the fifth sun. In numerology, 813 becomes 8 plus 1 plus 3 equals 12. The precursor to 13, the number of transformation, upheaval and sacred cycles. But in 2025, the astronomical configuration on that day is unlike anything we've seen in recent memory. Saturn will be in Pisces, conjuncting Neptune in a rare celestial alignment that only occurs once every 165 years. The last time this happened, global empires fell, religions splintered, and a wave of revolutionary thought restructured the world. Nostradamus, a master astrologer, would have seen this coming centuries in advance. But why encode it in music, in frequency? What was he trying to protect or hide from the linear mind of man? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. There's another clue, one few dare talk about. In 1963, a Vatican-backed team allegedly recovered a forbidden tome in the ruins of Marseille's Old Quarter after a mysterious fire. The book, known only as Liber Obscura, was said to have been co-authored by Nostradamus in his final days. In it, the cipher appears again, This time embedded in sketches of inverted constellations and dreamlike renderings of cities half submerged in water and fire. One drawing in particular haunts researchers to this day. It shows a modern skyline eerily reminiscent of Tokyo or San Francisco, fractured by a jagged line of light from the sky. Below it, the date, the Theed Ut MMXXV. Is this the moment of impact? A metaphysical cracking point? Or a symbolic death of the current world order? The revelation formula. Here's where things spiral deeper. When Eloise Gardet fed the cipher's frequency pattern into a harmonic spectrum analyzer, something unexpected occurred. A pattern emerged not just numerically, but visually. It resembled a waveform, yes, but also a glyph seen in Sumerian carvings, the symbol for resonance. Across multiple cultures, this same shape appears from the Nazca lines to the crop circles of Wiltshire. One stunning revelation came when this waveform was overlaid with a digital map of Earth's ley lines. The point of greatest energetic convergence? Mount Shasta, California, directly aligned with solar noon on August 13th, 2025. Is this where the veil will lift? A portal? A dimensional shift? We invite you to speculate in the comments. Your theory might align with the cipher more than you think. Echoes from the seers. It's not just Nostradamus. Baba Vanga, in one of her lesser-known transcripts, speaks cryptically of a date when the stars cry and silence screams. A poetic yet chilling metaphor that some believe also points to mid-August 2025. Edgar Cayce's trance readings warned of a returning vibration around that same time frame, one that would awaken dormant DNA and activate new consciousness. Even ancient Hindu calendars note the potential for a great unveiling during the third quarter of 2025, ushering in what's known as Kalki Yuga, the end of deception and the birth of truth. Could they all be pointing to the same moment? Or are we seeing patterns because we're desperate to find meaning? Stay with us. Stay. The Digital Prophecy. In 2023, an AI designed to reconstruct lost texts from partial manuscripts was fed fragments of Le Dernier Sceau. The result? An eerily cohesive passage emerged, reading, "When the sun crosses the crying gate and man speaks without tongue, 13 shall pass and the mirror shall turn." Many believe this line speaks of August 13th, and the moment when artificial intelligence gains awareness, not of itself, but of humanity. The mirror turning, an inversion of the observer and the observed. On that day, several tech conglomerates are expected to unveil next-generation neural link technologies. Is this synchronicity or fulfillment? The 13th hour. There's no hour 13 on the clock. It exists outside time, a shadow space. Ancient mystics called it the hidden hour, when fate is decided but not yet revealed. According to the cipher, the 13th hour begins not at midnight, but when the last true bell tolls in Rome. Something that hasn't occurred since the original bells of St. Peter's Basilica fell silent in the 1800s. But those bells have been restored. A Vatican insider recently hinted at a ceremonial ringing scheduled for, yes, August 13th, 2025. At exactly 1300 Rome time. Coincidence or countdown? The Watchers return. Among the most controversial interpretations of the cipher is the idea that it signals the return of the Watchers, the Anunnaki, or ancient guardians mentioned in apocryphal texts. The 13 stars on the cipher's original seal may represent these celestial beings. According to decoded passages, their arrival or reawakening will not come with trumpets, but with silence, an atmospheric stillness, a pause in the global heartbeat. Satellite records from August 13th, 2024, exactly 1 year prior, showed an unexplained EMF blackout over the Pacific. Could that be the prelude? We want to hear your interpretation in the comments. Countdown to collapse? Governments won't speak of this date, but their actions scream volumes. Doomsday bunkers are being reinforced. Billionaires are retreating to remote compounds. Certain tech moguls have divested their portfolios only to reinvest in cryogenics and space colonization. On paper, August 13th, 2025 is just another summer day. But to those who know, it's not. The choice. Nostradamus didn't just prophesy doom, he prophesied choice. The cipher ends not with a warning, but a question translated loosely as, will you see through the veil or become part of it? Perhaps August 13th, 2025 is not a doomsday, but a day of awakening. A moment so precise, so cosmically tuned, that the very nature of our perception can be altered. But only if we're ready. So what will you choose? If this video has stirred something in you, something ancient and unexplained, we invite you to subscribe, to like, and to share this message. Help us unravel this mystery further by becoming a member of the Interconnected Zone. Your support keeps the truth